Today we're going to be making one of my favorite nut milk recipes, and it's a nut milk that you can't usually find in most grocery stores, and that is hazelnut milk. I absolutely love making hazelnut milk. It has such a unique flavor, creamy texture. It's just so good. And unlike grocery store nut milks, this homemade nut milk is made with only a few simple ingredients. They're all whole foods, plant-based, so you don't have to worry about any of the nasty preservatives or just random ingredients that they throw in nut milks at the grocery store. Making homemade nut milk might seem like a very tedious and intimidating thing to do, but it's actually one of the easiest recipes you can make at home. And not only is it easy to make, especially if you do it this way, I'll say there are some ways of making homemade nut milk that are a pain in the butt, and honestly I have PTSD for making them, so I will never do it again that way. But making them in a cold press juicer like the Kuvings Auto10 Plus is a complete breeze, and it's something I recommend to everyone. Not only is it so easy to do, but it's also affordable, it's healthier like I said before, and it's amazing because you can customize it, you can put things in that you want, take things out that you don't want. So I highly recommend doing this to anyone that wants to make homemade nut milk. So let's get started. So the first step to making homemade nut milk is you have to soak the nuts. Now you have to do this because you could probably, I don't know, don't quote me on this, you could probably put the nuts in there and then just add the water, but soaking the nuts allows you to really get that creamy texture. So I recommend soaking them anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours, but I honestly like soaking them overnight because it's super easy and it just helps. So I recommend soaking the nuts in a bowl of water overnight. Now this is my little trick for when I make homemade nut milk, is if you are planning on adding a sweetener like a medjool date, I recommend soaking it in the amount of water that you want to use in the nut milk. So I do about 3 to 4 cups in the nut milk, and then if I want more, I'll add more, but there's only so much water you can put in a bowl. But I will do that, and then I will use that water because that water, when you soak medjool dates, a lot of the sweetness actually ends up in the water. So I will add the water into the juicer so none of that sweetness is wasted, and I'm sure there's some nutrients that get lost in there too, but not around here. So let's do it. One of my favorite things about the Kuvings Auto10 Plus is the adjustable hopper, and this is great for batch juicing and large batches of juice, but it's also great for recipes like this where you can just snap the extension off and put it back to the Auto10 size. The Auto10 Plus also includes a bunch of accessories, one of those being the snap-on filter, which does an amazing job of filtering out any of the grittiness in this nut milk and leaving you with the perfect creamy texture. For this recipe, you will need a cup of raw hazelnuts, 2 to 3 medjool dates, a teaspoon of vanilla bean powder or vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. To soak the nuts, just combine the hazelnuts, medjool dates, and 2 to 3 cups of water or to your taste and put it in the fridge overnight to soak. To make the homemade hazelnut milk, simply scoop the soaked hazelnuts and dates into the hopper, and you can add the sea salt and vanilla right away. Press go, and as you will see, a hazelnut milk will start to form. I don't recommend adding too much water at the beginning because, as you might have seen, some of it will just come out where the pulp's supposed to come out. That's completely normal. I recommend juicing the soaked nuts for a little bit and then gradually adding the water. And as you will see, the pulp will come out super dry and the nut milk will come out super silky smooth and creamy. One of the best parts about making homemade nut milk is that you can make it exactly the way you like it. So you can continue to add more nuts or more water. If you like a light nut milk that's low in calories, I recommend adding a lot of water. Versus if you want a thick cream, I recommend adding just a little bit of water to get the process going. This hazelnut milk stays super fresh in the fridge. It'll stay fresh for up to 72 hours, and you can use it in coffees, smoothies, cereals, you name it. All right, and that's how you make delicious homemade hazelnut milk. Like I said, this is one of my favorite nut milks to make at home. It is so easy, so delicious, and there are so many ways that you can customize this nut milk. I love adding a tablespoon of cacao powder to the juicer, and it makes like a chocolate hazelnut drink that is so good. You can also add a little bit of maple syrup or less water to make it more of a cream, different kinds of nuts to make a whole blend. There are truly so many ways that you can customize homemade nut milks, and this is one of my favorite ones to do that with. So not only is it super customizable and delicious, but it's super easy to make in the Kuvings Auto10 Plus Juicer. Another thing I love about this juicer is that not only does it take literally 5 minutes to make this whole juice, let me just put that out there first, but the pulp comes out like literally so dry and so powdery, I guess. But you can actually dehydrate the pulp and then use it as a hazelnut flour. If you make almond nut milk, you can do it with almonds and make almond flour. There are truly so many ways to make this a true zero waste recipe. So I highly recommend trying those things out. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel where I post a ton of other juicing recipes as well as other plant-based recipes. And if you're looking for more information on the Kuvings Auto10 Plus, that'll be in the description below, as well as my discount code, which gets you 10% off your Kuvings purchase. And I will see you guys next time.